Oh yeah, I said you would have waited him. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, she passed out a lollipop, and on the paper it says, what does it smell like, taste like, feel like, look like, and sound like? These are all your 5 senses. If you describe that, if you take the time to do that, everybody's is going to be different. Not one's is going to be the same. Each of us have a different, all of us have different senses. And that's just like our intuition. We all think differently. We all have different strengths and we all have different weaknesses. We have things that we're really good at that others may not be. And there are things that we're not as good at that others may be really good at. And here's our video.
Okay, so we were talking about Gardner. He's a really cool guy. He is a theorist. He was born on July 11th, 1943 in Pennsylvania, and he thought of himself as a pretty cool child. He loved to play the piano because it gave him some time to think, and he ended up going on to Harvard to study law. However, he got there and he realized that this cool guy named Jean Piaget was really interesting because he talked about psychology. And he noticed that people were given like the IQ test to test them on their knowledge. And he didn't really think that was cool because everybody's not going to do as well as everybody else on the IQ test. This IQ test pretty much is really basic. And so he came up with the question, how are you smart? Because a lot of people say how smart you are based on some measurable thing, but it's actually how you are smart. So he came up with 8 multiple intelligences. He came up with the naturalist, the interpersonal, intrapersonal, verbal linguistic, bodily kinesthetic, musical, and logical and mathematical.
Okay, the first one is logical mathematical. This is the ability to work well with numbers and to be good at understanding logic reason. These people are normally smart with numbers, they excel in math, they love math, and the way this can be used in a classroom is through math games, number puzzles, and deductive reasoning. The careers that go along with this one could be an accountant, a cashier, a math teacher, or a budget analyst.
Alright, so then we go on to verbal or linguistic, and these are people that are really, really good with their words. We call it word smart. Basically, they are one of the most valuable of the 8 because they actually use our words to interact with people. So it definitely improves one of the other intelligences we're going to talk about, the interpersonal. People who possess this intelligence in a great amount are usually really good at writing, and they like to talk. They're very eloquent speakers. They like to memorize words. So a method of teaching or a method of assessing with the linguistic is to use like vocabulary quizzes and asking people to do essays. And then a possible career for this would probably be like a comedian who definitely is really creative with their words, or a journalist, newscaster, or a lyricist, somebody who writes songs.
The next one is bodily kinesthetic. These people are very coordinated and they're very good with their fine motor activities. The way you can incorporate this into a classroom is if you deal with blocks, or if you have a dancing time, or perform drama, just anything where they're being active and moving. And these are mostly athletes, and the careers that go along with this would be like a trainer, or a pro athlete, or a dance coordinator, anything like that.
Alright, so next we have the musical / rhythmic intelligence. These are people that are sound smart. They like music to go along with how they learn. So they may learn, if they memorize things in their head, like for like maybe a biology test, they may come up with a good song to do it. You might remember when y'all learned the ABC song. Nobody, I know I can't do the ABCs without singing in my head. That's just, I'm being honest. And then So, you didn't? No. But yeah, so basically, we like music and songs because it kind of takes us to a, I don't know, like kind of paradise in our head. I know I escape reality when I listen to music and stuff. It kind of puts me in a different place. So, and you can see it in the classroom, like I said, with the ABC song or with different musical instruments and stuff that we use. And then possible career choices is in like advertising, like the Hughes Honda thing, a music composer, and filmmaking.
The next one is spatial or visual. These people are picture smart. They have the ability to speak in pictures, and this can be very helpful in the classroom because if you can memorize something, it's easy to look at it again, like you have it on a test or anything like that. It's very easy. The way you can make this in a classroom is painting, drawing, making models, anything to where they can see what's going on. And these careers could be an artist, a home designer, or a fashion designer.
All right, next we move on to interpersonal. This is also known as people smart. These are people that are really good with interacting with other people around them. They are very sensitive to other people's moods, feelings, perspectives. So somebody who's really open to asking you a question and knowing how you feel about a certain subject, whether it's like something as not dramatic, but something as serious as gay marriage or different things like that. I'm really open, even if I might be of a different religion, I may not agree. I still consider your feelings. So, and in the classroom, look for people that enjoy discussions and debates, people that love to talk about different perspectives and stuff. And careers are like teachers, counselors, salespersons, social workers, managers, and politicians.
Okay, the next one is intrapersonal, which is the opposite of interpersonal. These people like to stay to themselves. They have a great understanding of their own emotions. They love independent projects. You can see it a lot in quiet time, thinking, reflections, different things like that. I know I'm more of an interpersonal type person. I like to stay to myself, and that's how I learn best. And the ways you can put it in a classroom is research, reflection, individual work, and self-evaluations.
All right, next we move on to the naturalists, and these are people that are surrounding smart. They love observing things and experiments and just basically like nurturing animals. And they're more so focused on the holistic development of the earth around them. Today, it can be seen in people like chefs and botanists who know how to put herbs and different things together to make something really cool. And these are people that basically enjoy being outdoors. And yeah, so people like doing on the side of that. Cool.
Okay, this is a little fun fact. I know we said there are 8 multiple intelligences, but there's a 9th one that's still undergoing research, and that is called existential and spiritual. This one is really deep. It asks the questions like, what is your purpose on earth? Why are we here? How did we get here? And those are a lot of things that go through children's heads when they're young. They want to know how they got here. They want to know what they're doing here. And so that one is still currently being researched. But the careers that go along with this one could be like a preacher or a counselor or a youth leader, just something that kind of explains things, or even like a scientist. They can explain why we are here, what are we doing, and most questions that kids will ask. Okay, so now we have a game.
All right, so we're going to ask you to split into teams of 5. basketball team in his sophomore year. This didn't bother him because he possesses the, yes. All right.
But just for credit, I mean, Tanisha has her hand up first, so I am telling you. Oh, okay.
All right, for $23,000. Ever since Chloe was younger, her favorite response to everything was always why. This is also because, this is because everything always had to make sense to her. If it didn't add up, it just didn't seem right. Chloe is a prime example of someone who possesses the
Logical, mathematical.
All right, for $45,000, Hobby Lobby, an infamous arts and crafts store, would most likely be a popular destination on the itinerary of someone who identifies more so with their
Visual spatial. Spatial.
that one.
Alright, this coming Friday, you and a few other faculty members have decided to take your classes on a field trip to the Smithsonian Museum. So that your students feel a bit more comfortable in the unfamiliar setting, you give them travel buddies to enjoy their tour with. By doing this, you are strengthening their
I really think it was Tanisha and.
What do you think it is?
Interpersonal.
If an individual aspired to be a stand-up comedian, their ability to be overwhelming creative with words would definitely encourage them to utilize their Tanisha.
Verbal/linguistic.
You have to be
That was
fast.
a question.
All right, you have to be she reads it herself because I know I'm through reading before they finish, so she raises her hand. So as soon as you read it, you need to be ready to raise your hand.
You can't raise your hand until after they finish.
Yeah.
Someone who possesses a larger amount of their blank intelligence than any other enjoys exploring the environment, learning about other species, and is in very tune with nature.
I thought we just made up a new rule.
Shalondra, sorry.
Naturalist,
Okay.
naturalistic.
Robin has just gotten into a terrible argument with her father, but instead of letting the conversation go any further and make matters any worse, she decides to go home and try to reflect on why she exploded the way she did. Robin's self-evaluation is a great way to prevent it from happening again, as well as, and she is most certainly utilizing her blank intelligence.
Interpersonal.
I don't get it. I thought we were
Give both the first and last
Wait,
name.
okay, one time, wait till we finish the question.
Okay, so that's the rule. They can't raise their hand. Okay.
We only have 2 persons left.
Okay.
Give both the first and last name of the infamous psychologist who proposed the 8, now 9 theories of multiple intelligences.
Eric Vogeling.
How did you get that wrong? And then the name she called. I mean, I've never. What is the first name?
Eric?
I thought I was in the D somewhere.
I don't remember that. Was the last one. Are you thinking about like Gotsky before Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences?
I know I ain't win.
You didn't win $1 million.
Okay.
Sorry.
The last question. Name the most recent intelligence that is still being researched as we speak.
Congratulations, you won.
What did we
You
win?
don't even win candy.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so guys, I have a question for you. Based on everything we just said, which one you guys think you are? We can start with Sabrina.
I'm not even one of them.
Okay, which one do you think?
I mean, I'm
The first 2.
I'm musical, I'm bodily, and spatial, so
Which one do you more so identify with, like,
I would say I'm spatial.
special? You like arts and crafts, scratching people up? Shalondra.
Linguist.
Linguistic, you like to What about you?
I'm more musical.
You say?
I
Would you
love
like to?
to sing music, and I can focus more with that, setting and stuff like that, all of that.
Yeah, I listen to like jazz and stuff. What about Megan?
Linguistic. Well, I mean, yeah, it's okay, but I like to use my words and read and write.
You're very good.
Yeah.
How about you?
Naturalist.
You do science experiments.
Just love biology.
What about you?
Me?
Yes.
I'd say I'm two. First musical and then interpersonal.
Why musical first musical?
I don't sing, I listen.
I was gonna say you understand these
Y'all don't want to hear me sing. That's reserved for my car.
I think I'm all of them, but I think I identify most with interpersonal. I think I identify most with interpersonal. Because I am. That's like learning styles too. I'm with all of them.
Well, it has been said that you do like possess all of it, and you just have more of them that like two or three that you're more concentrated.
Interpersonal.
I understand. Interpersonal, okay. And what about you, Shay?
I think I'm more naturalistic. I like being outside.
Oh, and you're studying biology too, right?
Or I'm thinking environmental science, so
I don't count.
no.
Yeah. How about you?
Just ask me, I'm here. I would say linguistic/interpersonal.
Because you're a teacher and like balls are in.
But I just love to read, and I love to, I even learn better. I love to read, I love to talk, I even learn better when I'm reading things and singing. I love to interact with people, so.
Basically something like that.
Turn up just a little, please.
Multiple intelligences. There are 8 major intelligences. Let's have a look at them in action. Bodily kinesthetic. These people learn best by getting up and moving around. They are usually good at sports, dance, might like acting, performing, or building things. Interpersonal. These people learn best by working with others. They work well in groups, communicate well, and really understand other people's feelings. Verbal linguistic. These people learn best by reading, taking notes, or listening. They're very good with all kinds of words, spoken or written. Logical mathematical. These people are really good at working with numbers. They are logical, enjoy finding patterns and problem solving. Intrapersonal. These people prefer to work alone. They have a good understanding of themselves. They understand their own feelings and motivations. Visual spatial. These people are often very artistic and are also good at solving puzzles.